Hello, welcome back. Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger. Dated June 18, 2024. And for those of you who have been curious about what is it that we do when we have our Knife Strike Self-Defense for the Blind workshop, I have uploaded the last weekend's workshop videos. There's a lot there to look at, 3 long clips. But that should give you guys an idea of what these blind ninjas are up to. So I promise that we're going to talk about this because we've been talking about elbows, those big elbows, there's how to throw these hard elbows at close distance, our ultimate elbow finisher. And I always say it is a folly of a lot of instructors that they teach you how to do something really cool, but they never really go into teaching you how to break that move. A lot of instructors want people to think that what I teach you works 100% of the time. Um, and if it doesn't work, it's your fault. It's not the fault of the technique, or it's not my fault. And there's no way to break this move. It's 100% proof. No, there's no move out there other than maybe a bullet to the head. That is 100% proof. Even then, even a bullet to the head, sometimes people have been known to survive that. Okay, I knew a blind guy that if you guys listen to the Johnny Tiger Experience podcast, I interviewed a blind martial artist that went blind after being shot in the face with a shotgun. Yeah, no wonder why the guy grew up to be a badass blind martial artist because he took a shotgun to the face, and all he did was make him go. He went blind. It didn't kill him. So okay, maybe even that bullet to the face, bullet to the head, maybe even that is not 100% proof. So our fist, our legs, our elbows, none of that is going to be 100% proof. And it is very important for us, especially in the self-defense business, to learn how to deliver devastating attacks. But at the same time, if these attacks being used on us, how do we defend against it? Right? It would suck to know all these cool elbow techniques, and then the first time you get into a fight, the person used on you first. Right? How do you defend against elbows? That is what we're going to be talking about today. And it's not very complicated because elbows are not very complicated. Okay? Elbows are dangerous, deadly dangerous, very scary, especially when someone throws them with the intention to bash your face in. But it's not complicated. It's not like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all these chokes and holds and stuff like that. You might have like half a dozen to a thousand to 20 or 30 different ways to escape it. If their finger is here, you do this. If the wrist is there, you do that. No, elbows. You just have to remember the 3 simple uh, principle when you're dealing with elbows. 3 simple principles. One is distance. Right? One is distance. So defense against elbow number one, the most obvious is distance. The person is coming in with that big elbow. All it takes for me to avoid that is one step back or one step to the side. Okay, I will tell you guys this. It's better to step to the side, better than stepping back. Reason is, if the person's coming in for that elbow, they're not going to stand still while you step back. They're going to chase you, right? And the more you step back, the more they build up that speed coming forward, the heavier that elbow is going to be when it finally hits you. So stepping back from the elbow is not always a good idea. The better way is to take that one step to the side. Okay, that's all it takes. The person coming in with that elbow, so let's say we're in distance, he would have hit me in the face, in the chest, upside the head, right? All it takes for me to step to the side. That's it. Okay? Step to the side. Step to the side. He's not going to be able to reach. He has to reorient himself to be able to follow you around. And this is tiring for him. Because as you step to the side, you have one split second to counter them, to either go for the shot to the head, because if their elbow is out, like in the attack mode, like this, they're not blocking. They're not blocking. Okay, so if their elbow is coming down, a step to the side, it's an easy shot to the face. Okay, the elbow coming a step to the side is an easy shot to the face. If the elbow is coming in like this to the chest or to the head, I step to the side, I can immediately go in for that side body grab or head grab or waist grab for control or takedown. Okay, there's a lot of options. So all you have to do is create distance, and one way to do it, step to the side. Now, obviously, they're going to follow you around, right? So as you step to the side, you don't want to stand there. You either want to attack or run away. Number two, to defend against elbow is to block. I mean, that goes without saying, right? But you don't want to block it the wrong way. An elbow, super strong, right? If you block it the wrong way, you're going to end up with broken arm, broken something, right? So there's two ways to block the elbow. One, elbow coming, you block it with your palm to the forearm. Palm to the forearm. Very simple. Okay? Elbow, I don't care if it's coming low to high, side, or up. If there's an elbow coming, I put my hand on the forearm. Okay? The other elbow, where the hell is the other arm? The other elbow coming, I put my hand to the forearm. Okay? Now, do not, I'll say this again, do not block the actual elbow with your palm. Your palm is not going to win this one. If you try to block the elbow with your palm, you're going to end up with broken hands. Okay? Forearm. Okay? No matter how vicious that elbow is, block the forearm. Okay? You don't even have to do it that hard. Just like almost like smacking the forearm. Okay? You get that forearm, that elbow is not going to be a threat. Why do I say open hand block? Because at least if you mess up, there's a chance that it hit you, it will glance past your hand. If you use your forearm to block like you do in karate or taekwondo, or if you try to block with your fist, there's a very big chance that this elbow is going to destroy whatever it hits. Okay? Most people that use elbow in a fight, especially in an actual fight, uh, are pros. Okay, you're not going to come across some newbie who don't know what they're doing and then jump in to use their elbow in a fight. That really rare, because it's such a difficult attack to execute. You have to get so close to the person, and you have to be very confident to get this close to a person in a fight. Okay, so uh, be sure to use your open hand on the forearm when you're trying to block that elbow, because otherwise you're not going to win this one. The second way to block an elbow is called the face block. Okay, what is the face block? First, let's say I'm trying to elbow Bruce, okay, whether in the chest, in the face, right? if Bruce suddenly shoot out an arm and put the palm to my face, there's not much I can do, okay? I have to reevaluate my situation. I have to start using my fist or legs again, right? There's no way, there's no way that elbow is going to reach me if I have a hand to the face and I keep my arm nice and straight, keep my lower body away from them. Okay, this is, and some people say, well, why don't I just hit the arm with the elbow? Because the moment you twist, I'm going to step with you. I keep my hand on your face. I'm going to orient as you're moving, right? So a hand to the face, the face block is a great way to gain yourself distant, safe distance from an elbow attack. However, I will say this, there's some flaw to the face blocking because if you come across someone who is pretty experienced at kicking or someone who's experienced with any kind of grappling or self-defense, you have just kissed your arm goodbye. Okay, and I love it when I am in sparring or in any kind of fight, when people shove me or stick their arm out to point at me or stick their arm out try to grab my face. Because the moment you do this, I'm going to grab your hand, break your finger, break your wrist, right? So be very careful with the face block technique, okay? You a lot of time you don't want to stay there, okay? The person coming for elbow, like this person is really vicious. They don't just do one elbow, they're coming boom, 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 and you are kind of caught off guard. You don't know what to do. An arm out to the face, start moving back, okay? Don't stay there. Number three. Now, I developed number three specifically for our blind practitioners or people who are can't quite be as mobile in a fight, right? Because the forearm block worked great, but if you are blind, you might not know precisely where the forearm is until the elbow hits you. Right? Then you'll know where the forearm is. But you are not going to see it coming. So you're not going to be able to do it this precise and hand on the forearm. I have done it before, but that's only because I have been doing this for a long time. So I know how to read the person's body language when we are close quarter. So when they are lifting up an elbow, I know instinctually to block the forearm. Okay? But if the person just walk up to me and boom like this, there's no way. There's no way that I would even be able to catch that in time. Okay? The palm to the face work better for visually impaired or non-visual people because while we are being attacked, we just stick our arm out and the head, the face right there, right? But again, like I said, the face block, you jeopardize your arm if the person is very experienced in grappling, or you jeopardize being kicked really hard if the person is into kickboxing. Right? Creating distance, our point number one, that's not even a good option for blind people because as a blind fighter, my real advantage is up close where I can feel the person's body language. Yeah, that's when I know they're going to kick or punch. If they come in for elbow and I step to the side like this and I lose contact with them, all this does is I have to now wait for them to attack again because I don't know exactly where they are. Okay, so creating distance is not necessarily good. It works sometimes. So this is why I developed principle number three in defending against elbows. which is the spin. Okay, the spin. Elbow usually is not very precise because it doesn't have to be. When I throw an elbow, I'm not thinking I'm going to land my elbow on his nose. When I throw an elbow, I'm thinking I am going to throw this elbow out and it's going to break whatever it hits. I don't care what it hit. Okay. Um, so elbow is not very precise, which means usually the pressure when an elbow hits the target is not perfectly centered because again it doesn't have to be. When it hit, it generally just break or bruise or crush whatever it hits. So it doesn't have to be very centered. But this is why spinning will give you an edge against elbow. Uh, if the person come in, boom, elbow to my chest, and if I'm standing here and if I take it in the chest, it's going to hurt like a, yeah, whatever. But if the person, boom, 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 like elbow, elbow, like continuously, my defense as a blind person would actually be uh, very good to spin. Um, because when I'm spinning, the surface is suddenly uneven. So you might take 100% impact if you stay still, but if you spin, that impact, because it's not precise impact, will glance off your body and you will probably take 50, 60% less damage. It's still going to hurt, but it's a lot better than standing here and take it. Now, when I say spin, I don't mean whoa, okay? I don't mean like that. I don't mean like you continuously spin. That's silly. You'll get dizzy. You'll forget where you are. Okay? When I say spin, it's a, maybe a half to quarter rotation of the body, and then you rotate back the other way. Okay? So if the person come in with a lot of aggressive elbow moves, and I can't back away and I can't do anything about it, then I'm going to, okay, spin right, left, and what that does is it will dump the force of the elbows, and at the same time, this will get me inside their reach. You know, they're busy, they're busy throwing those big elbows, right? Okay, spin, spin. I'm in here. I'm right at the throat level. I'm right here in reach to grab. From here, I'm not worried about the elbow anymore. Okay, so when I say the spin, it is not a continuous spin. It's a quick, short, right, left, or left, right, and a step inside. For bonus, I'm going to tell you guys one thing not to do when you try to shut down someone's elbow. Because a lot of um, self-defense and martial arts, they teach this one, and it's such a dangerous thing to do. Okay? Some martial arts, Jeet Kune Do is one of them. I'm not talking shit about Bruce Lee. I respect Bruce Lee, but uh, the whole intersecting fist, uh, you can't apply that on elbow in the way some people teach it. Okay, when intersecting fist, if you want to intersect the elbow, palm to the forearm, palm to the forearm. Okay, that's how you do it. Now, what some people teach is when the elbow come, you step, you move out of the way, and then you insert your hand behind the tricep so they can't pull back and elbow again. Okay? And usually it's worked really beautifully when you see people practice in class. One person elbow, and then you put your hand behind the tricep so they can't pull back. Okay? I elbow, he put his hand behind my tricep. I can pull back. Because the idea is, if I can pull back, I can't elbow again, right? This is not true when it comes into elbow. Why? While most people, let's say karate chop, boom. If you block my retract motion, I won't be able to chop you again, at least not hard. Right? Most people, if I throw a punch and you block my returning motion, you don't let me pull back, then I can't really hit you again hard, right? Elbow. Okay, watch this. I throw an elbow, you block my elbow, boom, right? I can throw that elbow from 1 inch away, and it's still going to be really hard. Why? Because I'm not supposed, at least if you are professional at this, if you're good at this, you're not supposed to use your arm. Okay? So I don't need to retract my elbow. My elbow don't need to come back. I just drive with my hip, and this elbow will fly forward and take you right in the face if you try to block my tricep. Right? Very dangerous. Also, most people, especially big people, are super strong, pulling towards themselves and pulling their arm in. Okay? So if you try to insert your hand on the tricep while I'm trying to pull back, all I have to do is drop my arm down, loop my arm around yours. Okay, who's got a broken elbow? Not me. Okay, so the hand behind the tricep defense for elbow attack, don't do it. Very dangerous. Thank you for checking out today's episode. I'll be back again tomorrow for some Wisdom Wednesday.